Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 92 of my journey to becoming the person that I want to be and a psychologist. Now, there might be a bit of a switch uh, to what I'm gonna be doing in my life because this year I'm not finishing my first year of psychology, and I don't know if I'll go back to it. I really want to, I would really like to. However, right now I feel like it is not the right time for me to continue studying because it is immensely difficult for me. Even even if my even if it's like something that I really do enjoy studying and learning, it has been incredibly difficult for me. Also, another big elephant in the room, I haven't recorded for more than a week, which is insane. I've not recorded for 9 days, which I have honestly no explanation of like why it happened. I would only say that I have kind of reset myself in a specific way, and I'm still doing my part. I'm still working on myself, and I'm not giving up. However, it has slowed down. I could definitely say that, and I feel like I haven't been really focused on specific anything specific to better myself in. And it has been like that for ever since I recorded my last video. And I don't really know what to say, and I don't really know what is going on. It is a weird moment in my life. I don't really feel bad about not recording. At the same time I do, but it's not affecting me in that way. And it's not affecting me in such a huge way, and that's one of the reasons why I was delaying it for so much, because in my head I'm like, okay, it's not a big deal, I'll just do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes and I'm like, shit, well, I'm gonna be doing this today, I'll do it later. After doing that thing, then I'm like, okay, well, I'm tired, so I'll just do it tomorrow. And it just kept going like that. I'm gonna be more real with this video, I'm gonna be more open. And the video is going to be uh, a bit longer. Yeah, that's why I'm recording on my laptop. And not gonna lie, approximately 5 days ago I wanted to record a video, but I was recording on my phone and everything was going well, and then after like 10 minutes, I got the notification that my storage was full, so I couldn't record anymore on my phone, and then I just got annoyed and I just didn't record. Anyways, um, I'm not making excuses for myself. I'm honestly just trying to understand myself more. And I know that my identity has always been stuck with one thing, which is laziness. And it has always been like that. I have been lazy for like in so many things. I didn't want to. I would get so pissed when somebody would tell me to go to the store, which is literally less than 100 meters away, or around 100 meters away, which literally takes me 2 minutes to get there. But I'm extremely lazy. By the time when I get up and go out, then I don't feel lazy. However, not however, just yeah, I've been like that. And I can definitely say that that has changed a lot, and that I have not been that lazy to that extent. And I started doing really well, recording every day, actually working on myself, reading my book, just doing a lot of things that I always wanted to do and always wanted to prove to myself that I can do it. I talked about this many times, and I always said they are small things. However, they are they're big. They're big because it's a beginning. It's a start. It's something that showed me that I'm not lazy. That I'm somebody that could actually do something in my life. And I've always had that feeling of not being able to succeed in my life in some kind of way. I always had the failure, you know, especially because I have never really had good grades. I've only had them when I was younger, and I mean, it wasn't difficult to get good grades when you're like 10 years old or 11 or whatever. It started getting difficult the more that the school years were going, and I barely passed my A levels in Cambridge. And it is, those schools are difficult. However, I feel like they weren't that difficult to that point where you were close to failing a whole year, which is crazy. You know, I thought about it before, but I didn't really think about it to that depth. I didn't really think about it in depth. I was honestly just doing my own thing. I don't know. I kept going. I was like, I wanted to go to uni, and I went to my first uni. Honestly, I wanted a gap year, but because my mother wanted uh, child support from my dad, I couldn't get the child support if I wasn't going to uni. So I was kind of forced to go straight away to uni because I honestly didn't know what I should study, but I wanted to go to uni. So I went to that uni. I finished my first year, and then the second year I just stopped going, and then that's where 2023 happened. All of absolute hell in my life, and a total change. And after that, I didn't really know what to do, so I started working. And then after some time, my stepdad gave me the idea of me going to psychology because I was really interested in psychology. I still am. Because one thing always stuck to me, which we have studied in school, nothing else stuck to me except psychology. I would usually get home and I would talk to my mother, like, oh my god, mom, there was this experiment that was done in 19 something, and they did this and that was the result. Like, that is insane. And it was always interesting to me to understand other mental disabilities and disorders and whatnot because I don't know, I really like it. And I started liking it even more, especially after I started helping myself because I became my own best friend. And I feel like everybody should have that as well. Everybody should experience that because it is such a beautiful thing and it is something that really keeps you grounded. It keeps you nice and calm, you know? If you have the right mindset and if you can talk to yourself about the bad things that you're doing, you can fix them. And I wanted to be like that for a lot of people. I wanted to be the guy who would help others find the peace and joy in their life and not think about all the bad things that are happening in their life. Because there are a lot of bad things. If you focus on those things that are bad, you're not going anywhere. You're always going to be negative and you're always going to think that you're going to fail. Which was also an issue for me because I always thought that I was going to get terrible grades and I always thought that I was going to fail. So it was basically learned helplessness. Helplessness. Helplessness, what the fuck? Learned helplessness. That is basically when you are, are taught to just know that there is no way for you to do something, for you to succeed in something because you've failed in that same thing multiple times. And I've never really had, you know, the kind of support. I mean, my mother was literally my dad and my mom at the same time because the father figure was not there. My dad was in my life, he was present until I was like 13, 14, but I wouldn't spend time with him, and the only time that we would talk about anything is when we would make jokes and, you know, play volleyball and basketball and whatever, which is fine. However, at the same time, talking in a psychological point, in a psychological way, that really does affect you because fathers, men are supposed to be the figures that are showing their children how they should act and how they should like how they should be disciplined. They're basically disciplining disciplining is that even a word? They're teaching their kids discipline. They're giving them the courage. They're the ones who show the strength, and they should give support to their child. Because when you look as a child, you would look at your mother and father as two different type of people. They're not the same. They are both your parents, but they're not the same. You would think of your mom and be like, oh, I feel warmth, I feel happiness, I feel safe. With your father, you feel happiness and you feel the strength that he's showing, that he's emitting. If he's a really good father, if like a really good father figure would show a child that side, the side of strength and security, you know? And I'm not saying you should be scared of your father, but when your father shouts, it has a much bigger effect on a child than it does when your mother shouts at you, or at least it should be like that, because when your father raises his voice, it's that authoritative, strong figure, that discipline, that just strength overall. And when you don't have that in your life, or you have somebody who is not really being supportive but is only telling you things in a bad way, that makes you learn that you're helpless, that you're not going to be good at anything. If you keep failing at something, you're going to fail forever. That's the mentality that people are going to get at one point, because, well, that's just the way it is. Your father was never there to support you in any kind of way. And I had a stepdad. Right now, I'm not gonna talk about it. Something has happened, but whatever. That's a totally different topic. But right now, my relations with my stepdad are not good. Um. Wait, sorry. Anyways, when you don't have that supportive father, supportive father figure, you will never really feel the confidence. Your mother can keep telling you, you can do it, you're this, you're that, it's going to help you. But when you hear it from somebody who is more academic, who is going to work, who is successful in that side, you need to learn that part. You need to learn the part where you need to know that you have to be confident. And basically, my whole point is that I never had that. I never really had a person who would teach me all of those things, even the manly things, even like what, shaving your beard and, I don't know, changing a tire or whatever. I was never taught that. I was doing it all by myself, even when my stepdad was there, even when I was living with my stepdad. What I'm trying to say is, he was only there in the sense of making fun of us, me and my sister and I, telling us that we're not doing something well. And when we do something well, he just says, nice, good. I I'm not I'm gonna say something, it's gonna sound cringy, and it doesn't really affect me that much anymore because I'm a totally different person, but I've never heard from either my father or my stepfather that they're proud of me. Which is also something that I wanted to hear, because you know, you when I talk to those men, both of them, I always feel like it was always negative, like I was doing something wrong. And when you're a kid, you look up to your parents, you look up to older people, to adults, because they're the ones who are experienced. They're the ones who have taught you everything since you were born. And if you hear those terrible words of discouragement, you yourself, as a child, need to, at one point, build your own confidence with nobody's support. Except, of course, if you have a mother, then yes, your mother's too. And that is such a terrible thing because it took me so fucking long to find my own confidence. I can say that I became confident last year. Last year, I could honestly say that I became confident, especially this year. This year was even better. And of course, I'm still having these days where I'm like, fuck, like, I'm not gonna pass this year. I'm not gonna continue this year. There is no point of me to do this. This was my path that I wanted. This was something that I chose. The path where I wanted to go, where I expected everything to just be great, to just pass all of my years and become a psychologist. But it never goes that way. And, you know, I had so much confidence in myself that I was going to pass this whole uni without any problems, ace all of my exams. Now I don't even know what we're doing in our classes. And guess what? I do not have the support. I don't. I don't. I don't live with my mother right now. She lives in Dubai. She's with my stepdad, who will never help me. And I honestly do not care anymore. I'm living right now with my grandpa and my sister. And right now, I became kind of the man of the house. And I started realizing that more and more because I started doing things more and more for the house. I was the one who's supposed to plan a lot of shit, who's supposed to talk to both of them about something. And I'm still trying to put that authoritative figure in my mind, and just going from a kid that is that has been, you know, with no confidence, where the girl that he loved the most fucked him over, the friend group that he had fucked him over, everybody fucked him over. He's now supposed to be the man of the house. He's supposed to be that authoritative figure. And I cannot explain to you, for the people who do not understand, I cannot explain to you how difficult that is. And I'm trying to explain it right now. Imagine if nobody was there except your mother. No authoritative figure was ever going to give you support, especially the ones who are the father figures, the male side. I have fought over so many things in my head. I have beaten every fucking demon that I've had. And I know that nothing will put me down, because if I wasn't put down by now, I sound like I'm a dog that's about to be fucking put down by, what's it called? Whatever. But you know what I mean. If I wasn't if I didn't give up by now, I'm not gonna give up ever. The only thing that is keeping me sane and stable right now is the fact that I know that whatever I fucking do, I will be great at it. And I will never stop getting better. And I will always be happy with myself and satisfied with myself, and nobody else will put that down. I do not depend on anyone. On anyone. I'm still young. I'm 22 years old. I have a lot to learn. I'm not the smartest person. I'm probably fucking dumb. I'm probably dumb, but I don't care. I don't care because I'm going my own path. I'm going to go on my own way. No matter what you say to me, I'm going to understand that by my own rules. I'm going to think about it in my own head. When you tell me the answer to something that I cannot answer to, let's say I'm questioning something and I'm trying to get to the answer of how to solve a problem. If you tell me the answer to that problem solving, I am going to say, and I'm not going to understand it until I went through it, until I go through it. And I put myself as in like a metaphor. I'm like a sponge. I'm literally something that just sucks up everything. I suck up every fucking information and I keep it in my fucking head. I have gone through a lot of shit. A lot of shit. And the worst thing is, I've had two fucking families. I mean, the same family, but a family that has been put together and separated twice. Twice. There's people who fucking hate me right now who would fucking. I don't know what they would do if they would see me. But I built myself. And that is the proudest thing that I can fucking say that I did. And I'm always going to be proud of that. And I keep going, even though I'm having so many setbacks right now. I have never in my life got to this point where I started doing something and I had so many failures that I continue doing it. I continue making videos. I continue improving and focusing on my own improvement. I realized that uni just wasn't my path right now. Maybe it is going to be at one point in my path, but right now it is not the right thing to do. And I'm going to start working and I'm going to have my own money, and then I will see what I will do. It has been extremely difficult these past years to stay optimistic, to stay happy, to be satisfied. And life keeps throwing me shit every time I get to this balanced out point. And I feel like it's going to throw more. At this point, I'm not saying don't, I'm saying please do. And I'm not saying it sarcastically. I don't. I want it to. Because I want to learn from all of the painful fucking shit that I'm supposed to go over again and again and again until I learned. Until I learn it. Until I understand it, acknowledge it, and fucking accept it. Now you understand why I haven't been recording for 9 days. I'm keeping this in myself, and I've realized that I keep avoiding it because I keep playing games. That's one of the things that I really should be focusing on, and I'm really going to start working on that part as well because it is getting out of hand and it is not good for me. But yeah, I have done a lot of wrongdoings to other people. I have been a dickhead. I have been everything. I've been a kind person. I've been an evil one. I've been somebody's most hated person in their life. But this is what you should understand. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. What matters is if you know yourself, be confident in yourself and keep going. Because as I said, keep taking fucking shots at everything. Keep taking shots. You're going to miss out of 100 of them, you're going to miss 99 of them, but that one is going to be on point, bullseye. And guess what? That's going to help you for the rest of your fucking life. Keep failing. Keep failing. Encourage failure in your life because at one point that failure will turn into success. And nobody was there to fucking support me. Nobody, except my mother, who I love so much. But nobody was there to teach me how to do things right. And from the authoritative figure, from the discipline and whatnot, there was no support ever. Ever. And I'm still here. Yes, I might be failing uni. Yes, I might not even finish university. But at one point, I am going to be the best thing that I ever fucking will be. And I'm going to be up there. Not in heaven. Well, when God gives, in hell. In in heaven. Oh god, that was terrible. Astaghfirullah. Yeah. I know that I'm going to succeed. And I haven't been happier and I haven't been more stable than now. Even though I'm failing my uni and my family is getting fucked over again. And I mean, there's nothing else to say. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I'm going to record now every fucking day because I don't want to do this fucking bullshit again where I don't record. I'm gonna try my best to. I might skip a day or two, but I'm honestly now gonna try my fucking best. because I will keep going. And I said, as I said, I'm never gonna stop. Never. I wanted to talk about something else today, more of like a story of what I did at one point in 2024, beginning of 2024. But I'm going to keep that for another video. I'm gonna name this video Venting. I don't even know what date this is. Day 92 or 93? Wait. 92, I think. If that was on the 30th of March, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. Yeah. Should be day 92. If I fucked it up, it is what it is. But, yeah, this was day 92. You'll be seeing me more. And I'm glad, I hope that you enjoyed my venting video. What the? I scratched myself very hard. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow on day 93. Goodbye.